In this video, we're gonna talk about the new tournament stage, All for the Front. So we have the map Silent Creek in this tournament. So initially, let's go with the resource collection process. So you see, initially we're getting the resources into the land, and we will try to get that as well as in the sea. The Silent Creek, it is a very old map. It existed from the beginning of the game. Now we collected the containers in the ocean as well as the land. So in this tournament you can get the initially resource containers like any other PvP resources are available both at lands and sea, but you sometimes get big containers drop. One was dropped here and another was close to the enemy base, and once you collect a big container, 3 small containers will appear, but it will not appear at the exact location for the last resource. The big containers you have collected, it will appear a little bit far away, and I will be showing you later on what happens. Okay, unfortunately this container came just too close to the enemy base. I cannot do anything about it. So the appearance of the container is not always fair. Nothing could be done about that, and it's not possible to make it fair. Okay, so we got another big container, and after that we got 3 small container, and this time the small containers came exactly at the location where the big containers were, and the ultimate objective of this match is to destroy the enemy base. So we found out the enemy has hawks, alligators and jaguars, as well as some alligators. So we're gonna attack, and we will at least destroy one of these alligators while because they tried to get the container. I think I should have been a little bit more patient and should have allowed them to come inside, and then after I should have attacked. Then I could have taken all of them. Now you saw what happened, that we collected the container at the ocean, but it is the smaller containers that actually provides you the resources dropped on the land. So that's what makes the difference, and you will see later on. And it dropped here when it was close to my side, and I'm gonna collect it anyway. And the attack into the enemy base is still going on. Okay, this guy successfully managed to defend his base using his alligators and mostly using his hawks. So we collect these big containers as well. Now another container arrived here. So what we're going to do, we're gonna collect it. Okay, I collected it, but so the hawks are trying, but the big containers, all the 3 big containers came here, which is under the cover of his sniper tower, and his units are around, and I don't want to cross this small bridge right now. So this is how things occurs when the big containers arrives at the ocean. It usually arrives at the close to the coast, and once you collect the big container, the smaller 3 containers will arrive onto the land. And so you have to be careful whether you're going to collect the big container or not, because some big container may be closer to the coastal line of the enemy. So then the container will arrive close to the enemy base regardless who collected the big container. So now see, he's attacking me with lots of hawks. So you saw we collected a container that was close to the coastline, and now we found the containers here. Okay, now they collected a container and the small containers on the land. Now these occurs only for the ocean. If you collect any containers on the land, the smaller containers will arrive at the same place where the big containers were. So now I'm gonna make an attack. Was not initially planning to start the attack this way. So because the fire souls are just a bit too powerful, that's why I got saved. His jaguars are totally active, but my Zeus are not yet active. Hawks also came, but I managed to handle that. Because of the huge armor of the fire souls, I still survived, and there are still sniper towers firing all the time. More sniper barracks are being under construction. And you saw another big container here, and once it is collected, the container will arrive at the island that is at the corner of the ocean, where no buildings can reach, but certain units can reach, like Deltas or Wasp or even Seraphim. Okay, unfortunately these Zeus will not survive. We need to retreat now. So you saw lots of containers arrived on the coastline close to this island, and all these containers, smaller containers, arrived at this location. But this time I'm not going to collect this one, because if I collect, the smaller containers will definitely arrive here and the enemy will capture it. So I better keep that as it is. So now he sent Wasp, and he's going to collect all these containers. Unfortunately, I cannot do anything about that. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just charge through here, and then we're gonna destroy the airfield first, and the shipyard next. Destroyed one power plant as well. Now the second power plant. Now one supply center. The Hawks are already out of the map, I believe. That's why they're not reacting. So now he made dragonflies. Now we destroy another platform, so this attack was a success. We deprived them from any kind of naval units. So another big container was at the coastline, just at this location, and the smaller containers appeared here. And as I said, I will not collect this one. Okay, the enemy got it, and the smaller containers appeared at this location. So here we have Poseidon, and I have lots of units at the land. So now I'm trying to get this container, and I collected one big container here, and the smaller containers appeared here. The dragonfly is trying to trouble me, and here we found lots of grenadiers and 2 dragonflies and some other units as well. Okay, now we are gonna destroy all of these units. Although we was not in a very good position, but still we won. Because Confederation units are generally a lot more powerful than the Resistance units in a direct combat. So I send one Delta finally, because I also want to get benefit of the resources that are dropped at the shore of this island. And the Poseidons are keep on firing. They will continue firing, and he's continuing building some infantry just to distract, but this is also causing him lots of resources. So basically this 3 Poseidon is getting him totally beaten up. So since now we have control over this coastline, although we collected it, but the container appeared here. Now we will see what happens if we collect here. Now you saw it appeared at this coastline, which is just too far away from the initial position of the big container. So that's how things happens. So the containers on the ocean, the smaller containers of the ocean, and always appear on the land. The big containers you might see on the sea, but this can appear anywhere. And initially some containers will appear close to your base or close to the enemy base. So now they're sending lots of units just to distract me. Some riflemen entering my base, and also sending Jaguars and other infantries here. All the units coming from this side died. However, some units managed to pass through these 3 bunkers and reach here, but they will be just a little bit trouble, nothing more. And we bombed their hero factory and destroyed that, and now he understood that he's going to lose. His little infantries will be worth nothing. So that's the end of this video.